evening, everyone. This is yours truly, Forever Zosa. And our topic for tonight is uh, Chapter 2, The Firm and Its Environment. Uh, so we're going to discuss the nature, types, and forms of organizations. So our motivation of the day is from Sun Tzu. And according to Sun Tzu, management of many is the same as management of few. It is only a matter of organization. The focus of our topic for tonight is what is an organization? Huh? So what is an organization? According to Schermerhorn, it is a social setting composed of several groups of people who bond and work together to achieve a common purpose. Huh? So usually, people will not unite together to have to have different goals. No? Usually, they unite for a common purpose. No? Hindi naman po siguro magiging magkakabarkada kayo kung iba-iba kayo ng mga interests. Of course, there is some differences, but there is that common purpose. Let's say, itong barkada nyo mahilig sa Mobile Legends or mahilig yung group nyo sa gimmick, lalo na kung Friday night, no? So, that is an organization. Or, for the organization management topic, it's more of, itong mga tao na to, no? They are working for this company, for the sake of the company. No? And that purpose is illustrated by the mission and vision statements. No? Also, an organization is a social entity that is goal-directed and deliberately structured. Huh? So, kailangan meron pong struktura. Huh? Someone who's keeping it functioning. Huh? Para mag-exist ang isang organization. Without structure, the organization will thus perish. So, for the types of organizations, you have three. First is the government organization. Next is the private organization. And last is the NGO or non-government organization. So, government organization is divided into two, the national government, no? And the local government units or LGUs. So, private, we have already discussed this one on FABM1 as well. So you have corporations, sole proprietorship. The partnership was split into two. You have the partnership and the limited partnership. And last but not the least is the cooperative. And then for the NGO, you have civil society associations, corporate foundations, educational institutions, social enterprise, and research institutions. So later we will discuss this one by one. Huh? So for the government organization, you have here both the national government and the local government, as already stated previously. They are both mandated by law, but there are slight differences. As you can see, they are mandated by law to perform specific duties and responsibilities. However, for the national government, usually the head of the national department agencies, let's say DPWH, DepEd, Department of Finance, Department of Transportation, Department of Information and Communication Technology, if I'm not mistaken, DICT. They are appointed by the Philippine President. So kung sino ang presidente, siya ang mag-a-appoint. DOLE, no? Don't forget DOLE. Now, for the LGU, they are elected, no, officials on their specific localities. So, yung let's say ang mayor ng Maynila, so binoto siya ng mga tao. He or she got the majority vote, no? Mayor ng Valenzuela, governor ng Nueva Vizcaya, no? Congressman sa ganitong distrito ng ganitong area. So, pareho lang po sila ng roles, no? Specific duties, and they provide services but only for the people, no, na nasasakupan nila within their area of jurisdiction. So usually yun yung constraint ng LGU, no? So, let's say, mayor ka ng Valenzuela, you have the initiative to help the people of Muntinlupa if you want to, let's say, sa mga disaster, no? But, as much as possible, they will rather focus, syempre, dun sa mga nasasakop nila. No? For the private organizations, medyo sinimplihan na lang natin yung discussion because this is already discussed in your other subjects. So, first, you have corporations, no? There are a multitude of owners. Ownership is done through shares of stocks, no? And then for sole proprietorship, isa lang po nagmamay-ari. Partnerships, it can be owned by 2 or more persons, but usually 5 is the maximum. Limited partnerships, it's a form of business also owned by 2 or more persons, but meron mga tao dyan na may limited liability, no? So, kasi sa partnership, as discussed in FABM 1, hahabulin mo yung dalawa, no? Unlimited liability here. There are some partners who have limited liability. Kumbaga parang nag-invest lang sila ng pera, hindi sila nakikialam sa mga operations, no? They're a sort of investor of the business, no? So, ang gagawin lang nila, kukubra lang sila, of course, they have limited liability, limited din po ang kita nila compared to the other partners. And last is the cooperative, no? So, a cooperative is a form of business where ownership is shared among members. Mga miyembro. Huh? It is a group enterprise similar to a corporation having a board of directors. So there's the slight similarities between the cooperative and the corporation. Kaso, instead of shareholders, the owners are members. Huh? Tapos, cooperative, minimum of 15 persons ang requirement ng gobyerno. Whereas corporations, it can be 5 to 15. For non-governmental organizations, you have the civil society. No? So, tumutulong po sila. They are non-state actors whose aims are neither to generate profits nor to seek government power. So, usually, sila po yung mga nilalapitan. And, corporate foundations are philanthropic organizations that are created and financially supported by a corporation. No? So, a good example is yung mga, let's say, sa Microsoft, no? Melinda and Bill Gates Foundation, or the other way around, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Huh? If I'm not mistaken, meron din po si Ayala Land ng mga ganyang foundation. Educational institution, of course, don't forget the schools. It's a place where people of different ages gain education through a variety of learning spaces and environments. So you have here early childhood like nursery, kinder 1, kinder 2, grade school, no? Grade 1 to grade 6, junior high school, grade 7 to 10, senior high school, 11 and 12, college, masters, no? Graduate school, shall I say. Meron din yung mga vocational schools, no? So those are educational institutions. And usually they are NGOs, no? Except siguro sabihin na natin yung mga public, no? Public schools. But hindi pa rin po sila sakop ng gobyerno, no? There's a scope. And fourth, the social enterprise, a business that has specific social objective. So the money-making scheme, no, or the money-making objective, no, is secondary. No? Ang primary purpose nila is the social aspect. And we will discuss social enterprise on a greater detail pagdating ng applied economics. No? But a good example is yung, let's say, Simply Bessie ba yun? Yeah. Simply Bessie, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, more on organic products, or yung mga, let's say, you're selling rice, no? Pero ang kapalit nun, nagpapaaral yung company ng mga bata, no? For scholarship purposes, among many others. And research institution, no? Of course, you're doing research. However, there's a slight anomaly, no? Medyo alanganin siya, no? Ano ba talaga siya? Which is the government-owned and controlled corporations. or also known as GOCCs. So yan ang mga magagandang examples. PAGCOR, Land Bank of the Philippines, yan, mga best friend natin, SSS, GSIS, PhilHealth, no? Yun na yun, PhilHealth. And yung joke, no, this one, Pag-ibig, Laguna Lake Development Authority, if I'm not mistaken, this is the logo. National Food Authority, NFA. No? So these are organizations that are government-owned and controlled, but they function as business entities. No? So, let's say si PAGCOR, yung mga nagsusugal sa PAGCOR, yung kita niya napupunta po sa gobyerno. No? So, although these types of corporations are government entities that provide certain types of services. So, Land Bank is a bank, SSS is yung sa ano natin, no, social welfare, no? For our future benefits. No? Pag-ibig sa loans, home loans, and this one, PhilHealth, is more on sa health natin. No? It's like a government form of health insurance. So, provide certain types of services for communities. They also function as business entities. No? So, yun nga. Let's say si NFA, pwede siya mag-distribute ng NFA rice, no? Sa merkado. No? That earn reasonable rates of profit. So, syempre, kailangan din po nilang kumita, and yung earnings nun napupunta rin naman po sa ating kaban ng bayan. No? And they contribute to government revenue. No? Sad to say, no? Minsan nagkakaroon ng anomalya, no? Does it really go to the government revenue, or does it go to the pockets of some? So the nature of organizations as open system. Huh? So ang system, according to the definition, are a set of principles or procedures according to which something is done. No? So kailangan may procedure, no? May proseso para magawa ang isang bagay. No? So there is a framework or method done. No? It can also be a set of interrelated elements or parts that function as a whole. No? So you can say na a car is a system. Maraming elements dyan sa car na yan para umandar. No? And same with the organization. You need different interlocking mechanisms para mag-function po ang isang organization. Especially our focal topic, the business organization. Huh? Pag may kulang po sa ating organization or sa entity, then there will be a slight hiccup, no? There will be some slight gaps in the organization. So an open system, on the other hand, is a borderless nature of organization in relation with its environment. So nature of organizations as open systems. Organizations exist in a dynamic environment. No? Ganun naman po ang business. Anything goes. No? Where conditions constantly vary to undergo a continuous. So, gagamit tayo ng highlighter. Continuous process of change is coming. No? And evolve eventually. No? So, laging nagba-variation, laging may variation ang environment. Laging nagbabago, it's dynamic and not static at all. Organization undergo a continuous process, no? Tuloy-tuloy po ang kanyang pag-obtain ng inputs from the environment. Hindi po pwedeng ang data mo is way back 1970s. It's already 2021, no? So you must continuously obtain inputs from the environment that you function, which are used and passed through a transformation process into the final desired outputs. Yun naman po yun, no? Kaya po tayo nag-a-analyze, nag-gain ng inputs para makuha natin yung desired outputs. No? Let's see, ano bang market natin for cement? baka naman yung mga tao walang pera or they prepare other materials. So ano bang kailangan natin gawin? We must evaluate the environment. Not the environment per se, but more on the business environment. Of course, the business environment also includes the quote-unquote natural environment. So here are cases of nature organizations as open systems. You can read in greater detail. No? So let's say case one, no? Manufacturer daw ng clothing apparel. No? You just read it when you have the time. You can just pause the screen and analyze. No? So for the environment of an organization as an open system, no, you have resource inputs. No? Ito muna yung kailangan natin. People, materials, money, and technology. With technology becoming more and more dominant at the current day and age, no? Transformation process. No? We all know na kailangan magkaroon muna ng input bago mag-output. Kailangan magtrabaho ka muna bago ka magkasweldo. Kailangan ipasok mo muna para magkaroon ng bata. Kailangan mag-aral kang mabuti, magsunog ng kilay para makapag-post. No? At kailangan mo na mga raw materials in order to convert it into finished goods. No? So, bago mo maabot yung outputs, then there should be a transformation process. So, transformation process are activities that convert inputs to outputs. Ano ba kailangan gawin para yung balat ng puno, yung tree bark, maging papel? Ano bang kailangan gawin para yung mga makagawa ng, let's say, yung mega box or paint, no? Or even a cellphone, no? Anong kailangan gawin sa mga resource inputs? And last, no, pag nagawa mo yung transformation, that's the time you will have your finished goods and or services. No? Patayo ka ng bahay. No? So you need resource inputs. Then transformation process, and then afterwards, kompleto na yung project. No? Kompleto na yung bahay. No? Or chocolate, raw materials, then you have the transformation process, no, sa factory, and then magiging tsokolate na po siya sa huli. No? Chocolate na po siya at the very start, pero gawin mong chocolate bar, it's a different matter altogether. And with that, our module has ended. No? It's a very short module pero medyo deep. No? So again, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. No? As always, walang forever, pero may forever Zosa. Goodbye.